Everybody?
Mash Cash.
Episode 11. Cheers, mate.
Got a little morning pod going on today.
Good morning, pod. G'day, folks.
Great day.
G'day, folks. We got an ice bath. It's pretty cool.
The ice bath is
Been
sick.
ripping the ice bath.
I think I love it.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice ice bath. Right, I did actually mess up my leg running up that. Chasing those turkeys
Does it
yesterday.
hurt?
Yeah, I woke up this morning and I was fucking in pain. After the ice bath, it feels a little better.
Yeah.
So I was gonna go do a run or something like that this morning, and I was like, "You're not gonna be able to make it."
Your body wouldn't be too happy about it.
Yeah. So got a few things. You just got a little message from Pathlight, our freaking
Property
management
management
servant.
company.
Yeah, management servant. Nice.
We haven't
There's a
shared the
servant.
news with our other roommates yet,
Hombres yet.
but we have been given the opportunity to renew our lease at the Shabby Crib.
Chevy crib.
Um,
It's probably the best option, honestly.
seems
The
like
house
it's-
itself is dope. The yard's dope. Parking's good. The area's primo. Area's primo for Liam and Paul, which is half of the team.
Yeah,
And then it's not primo for us, but it's not bad.
and we don't mind. I like the drive almost. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I don't mind the drive at all.
And if
Yeah.
if it was inverse,
They'd
Liam
be-
and Paul work way more than we do.
It's correct. For us to drive an hour or
So-
2 hours, whatever it is.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, so it's a primo situation. We need a new hutch, I'll tell you that. New little stand there.
Yeah.
I don't really want to spend another year with that thing there.
Another year as well. New couch should be put on the table.
Not a bad move at all. I mean,
We-
look at how much it's just fallen apart.
And we do be having 8 people
And it's a
sometimes.
big enough area that you could put a...
Oh yeah, I thought you were saying the couch is a big enough area for 8 people. I was like, it's not.
No, it's a
though.
big enough area for a new couch.
Yeah, you can fit 6 people max. We could use a new couch.
Yeah.
So
And there's 100 different options you could get, so that's not a bad move at all. And it's one of those things, I mean, with our situation, splitting the couch 4 ways is
Nothing.
nice. Yeah, we get a couch and a new entertainment stand.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then-
Paul made one, and it's actually incredible.
The one at
He's a
his parents'
craftsman.
house.
Yeah.
I know. I asked him about it, but he's like, they have it.
I
downstairs.
figured, yeah.
The other thing, if we really renew the lease now, that'll give us about 14 more months.
Right.
Well, no,
Our lease ends this 1st of March. It ends the end of February.
Right.
It's like not the March. It's the end of February.
so we have about 4 months actually. So that'll
Is
give
it-
us 16
Fuck yeah.
more months here.
I
which
like
is a
that.
long time.
That makes me feel secure.
It does give a sense of security.
because
but
in 16 months we could crush.
yeah, well, business 101. You know what I'm saying? That'll be done
By the end of the
3.5 months, pretty much. 3 months and a quarter. So,
basically, yeah.
So, but we'll have the time to do business 101 and then a full calendar year.
And upgrading the living situation is not of main concern.
No, not me.
It's not of main concern.
We'd be fools to not appreciate the situation we have.
Correct.
It's too good.
There's enough room where like there's a few things that you could spend money on and it increase your living quality, minor
Right.
things, but the majority of it is checked off.
Yeah.
Like it's comfortable, very much so. You know what I mean? So it's really not something that like I would. When we do have more income coming in, I'd much rather have it going into wealth,
Investment
financial
properties.
security.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
as opposed to being like, yeah, we do have an extra bathroom now and another garage, and it's like, well, like
Right.
doesn't really change anything.
That's actually facts.
So yeah, But yeah, another year here is a good move.
And with another year here, definitely should get the yard figured out.
Yeah, we could do that.
We've been
That's something that we just need to call the
call a guy.
Pathlight.
Fucking who
Call
even cares?
Pathlight, see if they'll pay for it because it's not
True.
our house. And then if they won't, then yeah, we'll fix it. Even as simple as literally, like we could have just got a nice size sprinkler that covers the yard and just run it for 30 minutes.
But we have a functioning sprinkler system. We just need.
We have a sprinkler system that can function. It's just
Yes.
not functioning.
We just don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah. No, but
Get the yard aerated.
get the yard aerated sprinkler system dialed. Blackstone Traeger combo with the new 2 sets of furniture. Have a nice backyard area, and the area is primo because like you got in a year from now, EOS will be built. We'll have a gym a
Right.
mile away. We'll have store a mile away.
Right.
We'll have, I mean, Good Earth 2 miles away.
Right.
So like it's a, you know what I mean? We most definitely, I think, I'm gonna do it regardless. Just keep buying more stuff for the gym, because there will be a day when I'm like, sayonara, and then I'll have freaking
a full gym to take with you.
exactly.
Yeah.
But because that's just something dope to have.
True.
Real quick, I did think of something that. So, what if we just did this is off topic? What if we just did 3 movements for strength game?
Yeah.
Because if just to keep it simple, bar hang,
Bar hang. Just see who can hang the longest.
yeah, group test, bar hang.
That's a good idea.
Because then that doesn't matter how much you weigh. Or it aids Paulie because he's the lightest.
I was gonna say it definitely matters.
I literally meant the exact opposite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, because
Right.
like if I'm heavier than Paul and I lift more weights than him, he's gonna be like, yeah, you weigh 20 pounds heavier.
Right.
And if you lift more weights than anyone, they're gonna be like, well, yeah, you're kind of fat. But he's getting diced up. No, but you are getting diced up. I be seeing it. Anyways, yeah. Side note. But I was just like, we should just do something a little bit like that.
So bar hangs,
Bar hangs,
some type of
press, some type of pull.
incline dumbbell press,
Incline dumbbell press is the move.
and then
It's a good strength movement. Really shows what you got.
True. And then
Because the leg movements are getting too complicated.
they do.
And
That's
I'd rather
the
just
thing.
do that, incline dumbbell press and AMRAP pull-ups or weighted pull-ups for five reps or you know what I mean? Pull-ups are strength.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
And then that would be simple enough to where we literally just go to the gym one day with all the boys and do a push day,
Right.
and then we just warm up for a good minute and then do warm up with triceps, warm up with shoulders, warm up with chest a bit. Nice warm up.
dumbbell movement.
Heavy dumbbell movement, and whoever takes the gold
Yeah.
at the like 5 to 8 rep range, I say, just to be get the most out of it while being the strongest.
Probably
Well,
5 reps would be solid.
5 reps.
So you can do 5 good reps of something, you're moving the weight.
You're pretty strong.
Um,
And then bar hang, we do that here.
True.
Just have someone that stand on the little ledge, grab the bar, 3, 2, 1, hang. And you just, the only rules are, as soon as you let go, if you want to fucking let go with one hand and hang, switch hands, fuck it, I don't care. But whoever stays on the bar the longest without any aid.
Yeah.
And I think even if they're like, the one who's going like this motion or whatever,
Whatever.
the
Yeah.
longest person to hang on the bar. Oh, got the chills. And then pull-ups, AMRAP. I say a good one would be, because if I just waited pull-ups,
Yeah, you'll probably beat everybody
I'd
for
crush.
sure.
But AMRAP pull-up, Lenny can do quite a bit of pull-ups.
How many is quite a bit?
I don't know. I haven't watched them for a while.
Because I watched you do 16 the other day.
That was just on a whim.
But I'm saying. I
Oh,
bet
you
that
seen me
16
do? You seen me do 16? What's Lenny doing? Yeah.
But I bet that's more than anybody else in the house can do.
Well, what would be the?
I mean, regardless, it is the strength games. And I'm
Good point.
training pull-ups as much as I'd be doing
Yeah,
pull-ups
I think
every
pull-ups
day.
would be a good one because it's a real feat. You can't really fake them.
Right.
If someone's counting and you're like, well, that didn't count, and do another. And then I was also thinking push-ups are also good,
True.
but that would take. I mean,
I've been surprising myself with how many push-ups I can do.
yeah, you can crank them out. You can crank them out.
I did 50 without stopping the other day.
Yeah, maybe get enough for. But, anyways, I think picking. And it doesn't have to be 3, but I'm just trying to. I'm just like, you know what I say. If you don't do it now, it'll never get done. You know how irrational that may sound.
If I don't take a shit now, it's never gonna come out.
That's ironic because I have to take a shit.
I do too.
All right, let's take a break.
Quick shit break.
All right, if you're watching this, this is when you pause it.
is true. I can tell you it made this child tough.
Great shit.
Incredible.
And we're back.
So, strength games, we could, like, if we do...
3 quick movements. Simple. Problem with legs is legs are very strong. Likely that somebody could get hurt doing legs. Even besides me.
I think that's not the problem with legs.
What's the problem with legs?
That you can't do some leg movements.
Yeah, but even if we could do leg movements.
Well, I think the same
Even if
thing
we were
goes
doing
for
squats.
incline dumbbell, and that's pretty...
But it's not the same.
You can push yourself way more, yeah.
With legs, way more. To
But
the
that's
point
a
where...
great feat of strength.
Yeah, but...
Great measure of strength.
What a silly thing to break your body for.
It's not break... That's the point of being strong, is that it doesn't break you.
Say that to the strongest men who have broken their bodies.
They're not
You weren't
strongest then.
strong.
But my point is that, like, legs are a great measure of strength.
Yeah,
Probably one of the biggest.
but we're not trained powerlifters.
So why does that give us the right to fucking... Like, that's silly.
Why?
The only reason we're not doing them is because you and Paul don't squat.
I squat. Well, I squat more than Lenny squats.
But then I would say one of the movements should be squatting, because that's a great feat of leg strength.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do that.
Exactly. So then you can't... No one can come up with a better regular leg movement that everyone has agreed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But legs are one of the best measures of strength, in my opinion. How much you can lift up with your legs is a great way to tell how strong your legs are.
Yeah.
And that's half your body.
I'm not saying it's not a good measure of strength. I'm saying it's a dangerous one.
I think they all are.
Not the same.
Not the pull-ups, but incline dumbbell, yeah.
Not the pull-ups, not
More
the
people
hangs.
fuck themselves up from incline
I
dumbbell.
don't think that's a true statement.
Alright, whatever.
Then squats.
I think like some of the injuries you get from incline dumbbell are fucking your bicep or your pec. Pretty fucked up.
Compared to squats.
Your
Your entire back.
I get it.
Knees,
Whatever, man. Some people
legs,
don't know how to do it.
Ankles.
Yeah, okay.
So many more things involved.
Yeah, you'd have to be much stronger to do squats.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hence the name.
But
strength
the
gains.
amount of weight you're moving is significantly higher than the amount of weight you're moving.
Yeah. I think that's why I came up with the idea that strength games should be those few movements because etc. etc.
Well, I agree.
So that'll take care of that. I think the grip strength would be a good fun one. It's one of those ones that's definitely more mental.
How long do you think you can hang for?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna have to do it. to
Yeah,
see.
you run it up a few times. And then we should do sprint off. Just because obviously that was going to strength games, but we should see who's the
Just to
fastest on
see.
feet. I feel like I could beat Lenny, not going to lie.
I feel like Paul's gonna surprise everybody.
That's a good point. He's a quick motherfucker.
He just looks fast, little guy.
Yeah, we could do like agility. The agility games.
Go to an obstacle course.
Jumping and sprinting.
There's an American Ninja Warrior course at a place near here.
That would be fun as fuck.
That would be sick. I'd love to do that.
It's dangerous though.
Nah, there's a foam pit.
Yeah, I was just making fun of you.
I can tell you're trying.
But I'll make sure this doesn't work. Sorry, viewers. No. Anyways, yeah, strength games would be fun. So one thing that we need to discuss, and it's just one thing that we need to discuss. One way to enter into this is by talking about the conversation we had yesterday on our hike. And I would ask you the question, what is your biggest weakness?
Mm.
And the biggest weakness, at least It is actually the biggest weakness out of all people in the group and the crew right now. It's just financial security.
Is we don't have 100K in the bank.
Yeah, it is a 100K issue, in my opinion. If you had 100K in the bank, you know what I mean? You wouldn't feel any stress about fucking paying your bills.
Right.
Yeah. So 100K issue is what we're dealing with here. And we came up with a nice thing, a nice little challenge, a nice little feat.
Right.
And it's not about the results that you get. It's just about the systems and discipline that you develop along the way. Would you like to tell them what we're planning on doing?
Business 101.
Business 101. Tell them a little about it.
Business 101. 101 days of at least 1 hour a day of working on, learning about, working towards business. Building a business, running a business, having a business. Podcasting, an hour of podcasting counts because that's towards our social media and entertainment business. An hour of researching how to do business that we want to do counts. Do it for 101 straight days. By the end of it, I almost guarantee we'll either be in the position to make money or we'll be in the position where we're already making money from business. 202 hours between the two of us.
We got to be able to come up with something from that.
If we didn't, we'd be losers.
Little quote for you from Emory Andrew Tate Sr. He's got some fire quotes. If you ever actually want to look at some fire quotes, if you go to his Twitter, he's dead, obviously, but his old Twitter has the...
Oh, he had a Twitter?
Dude, it crushes.
Really?
He has some of the best quotes. One of them was, "You can pay for education, but you can't buy intellect."
Bars.
And he's like, it doesn't matter that you have a piece of paper that shows me that you are $100,000 in debt. Doesn't mean you have
Right.
any common sense, though.
Right.
And it's a bar, and so with that, like, we can go through and learn a bunch, but if we don't implement anything, that we're failing. So, like, as well as the studying and planning and developing ideas about business, more important than all of that is execution and failing. We're gonna fail.
Right.
So, like, right now we have the idea that we're going to create a marketing agency and we'll build a website and create some sort of marketing to better assist the company that we currently work for. And, like, we're gonna suck at it and fail.
I would say, not to cut you off, but let's preface this by not saying we are going to fail. Why speak that into existence? Why not say, if we do fail, we will learn from it and come back?
Well, but you're, like...
To say
Quitting
we're...
and failing is two different things. Like, you're at first, you're gonna...
But I'd rather not just speak that into existence.
I would rather fail fast and keep failing fast.
I would rather
Instead of trying... I would rather...
say that if I do fail, I'm going to recover and
I
learn.
agree, but my point is that, like, the best way to get through the learning phases are to fail quick.
Right.
And take your losses and then move on.
But I'd rather not speak that into existence. I'd rather not speak into existence that what I'm trying to do is going to fail. Because then that almost gives you a reason to not try your hardest. Well, it's going to fail anyways.
Yeah, I'd look at it differently. You can look at it that way if you'd like, but I look at it like that takes the pressure off that it doesn't have to be perfect this time. I'm still going to try my absolute best. But if I do fail, it's okay because this is your first attempt.
Yeah, and I mean, I can still think that without wanting to continually say, I'm going to fail.
I wouldn't say continually say you're going to fail, but my point is that the learning and implementing stuff, you're not going to fail at that. That's not, you can't fail at trying to learn something.
Right.
But then implementation and execution, at the risk of that is that you fail. And right.
Yeah.
So because
The
you're
risk
playing,
of it,
you're
but
playing
not the
game.
guaranteed of it.
No, it's not. But I would say that it would, like, and if you. Anyways, you can think of it that way if you'd like. But I started a few businesses. I started a drop shipping store. Started an Amazon affiliate marketing, Amazon marketplace store, and they both failed. Started day trading on crypto, failed, and like it's fine to fail.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is like as soon as we set out and actually try and execute and achieve something, I'm not saying that it's smart to just in the back of your head always be like, you're gonna fail, you suck, you're gonna fail. It's not what I mean at all. All I'm saying is that you do have to be aware of the situation that you're currently in, and you've put no time at all into actually creating a real business between the two of us.
Right.
So we might as well just realize, like, if there is a fucking pitfall coming up, let's fucking run through it and learn the lesson from it, instead of being like, that's the reason I'm not going to do it because I know that's going to make me fail. Is all I'm saying. I do get what, obviously you don't want to just be obsessed with the fact that you're going to fail all the time, but admitting that failure is not the end, and failure is how, on the other side of failure is where winners are.
Right.
So yeah, I think that it's fine to fail fast
I do too.
and fail forward.
Fail forward.
Yeah,
That could be a shirt.
that's a pretty good one.
I heart healthy fats.
See, you should come up with that merch. It'd probably do good, honestly.
I'm sure it would do better than
Yeah,
I
and
think
then you
it
could
would
do another one that just says "fuck seed oils."
Fuck. Seed oils would go so hard. People would actually love this
Yeah.
line of merch.
They really would.
Fail forward would go hard.
Yeah. But anyways, so Business 101. So we did 10 episodes of the pod. I will go into one playlist, and then we're gonna do for the next 101 days. Today marks day 1.
We're starting today.
Why not? Is there a better time to start?
No, there's not a better time than now.
Well, I mean, so why would we not start today?
That's actual.
So if this pod's 30 minutes long, and then we come home and then do 30 minutes of studying fucking ClickFunnels,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We might as well start today. I don't really think.
All right.
But then
let's-
also, like, so I think that a good idea would be like, are we going to include reading business books and studying? I wouldn't say self-help books or
Right.
fictional, but what if it's like I got Patrick Bet-David's business book.
I'm sure that should count.
Okay. All right, because it is.
I
But,
bet there's a marketing business
oh,
book
and
I
then
could read.
one last for sure. Yeah, there's a bunch. Hormozy's got one of the best business or marketing books there is. He's got sales and marketing, 2 books that have came out. They're good as fuck. The next one he's doing is branding, so how to brand. I assume that's what I've been watching his stuff, and I'm pretty sure the next book he's going to do
It's
is
the direction he's moving upon.
But anyways, so we got you can't miss a day for 101 days. If you do miss a day, you have to start over. You fail.
Okay.
So if either one of us do 59 minutes instead of 60, that's a fail. Right? So it's 1 hour a day of business work. And I think that there should be also a thing in there where it says, by the end of the 101 days, the business that we created, because I think we should create an LLC, create its
Right.
own bank account, set it up as a business to be profitable.
Right.
And then by the end of that 101 days, if it has not created more income than what it started with, then we fail.
Right.
Yeah. So if we both put $1,000 in at the start, if it's not over $2,000 by the 101 days, we fail. And then we, at the end of the pod, on the 101th day,
Got to restart.
we're like, psych, fucking crushed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, so yeah, Business 101, 101 days of business, 1 hour a day minimum. Studying counts, reading business books count. Self-development and fictional don't count.
Right.
Even though obviously that's moving the ball forward, it's not business. This is what we're trying to do
Right.
for business. And then
Does an hour-long brainstorm sesh count?
if you feel, I think that it's got to be a honor merit based thing, and if you think that you're actually using the hour as moving the ball forward, if we sit here and diddle around and don't do anything, if you go to the gym and you're like, I have to work out for an hour today, and you look at your phone for 20 minutes, did you work out for an hour?
Right.
I don't think so, but maybe you do. You know what I mean? Just for sake of
Don't put that evil on me.
So if it's 1 hour straight of us researching things, breaking it down, decide, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think brainstorming is a bad move at all, but I think definitely analysis paralysis is the death.
I want us to be walking around in front of the whiteboard fucking... Do you see this right here? This is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you mean.
That's what I want to be happening.
All right. Yeah, so I think right now what we could give ourselves a nice opportunity, because like the reason I said that quote, intellect is can't pay for intellect,
Right.
is because I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, oh, like common sense. Like you can't really buy that. Like you can't really buy the power to be like, that's a good opportunity.
Right.
You
But that's
can-
just any intelligence. You can't buy any intelligence.
Intellect, yeah.
Right.
But you can buy an education. So anyways, I was thinking about that, and I was like, so we probably have the difference between someone that is taking the opportunities and implementing the changes that they learn in the lessons, right? And to the person that doesn't,
Yeah.
is a level of intellect.
Right.
Because they're able to see what it is. They're able to perceive the potential opportunity. So that means that we would be foolish to just pass by the opportunity that's in front of us, which is at least trying for a month to learn marketing.
Right.
Because there's a company that we create $1 million+ of revenue for annually.
Yeah.
And we might as well to be like, hey, we do this for you every day. This is a better way to do it. Here we go.
Right.
So anyways, the first thing that we could do is decide that we're going to learn to create a website for Elite Energy, learn to create I think some sort of way that it's like, even on the website, it's like, do you live in Utah County?
Attention, Utah County
You
residents.
you get what I'm saying? Something like that, and then they're like, oh, fuck, this is real. And then they're able to click through there and
A link to the Thermwise page.
some cool little resources.
Yeah.
And then I think that even going as far as like, what do we have to lose if we pay like $100 for 1 month of Facebook ads?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We just
it doesn't
run
work.
for chat.
Yeah,
All.
yeah.
And then. I agree.
Because we'd learn how to develop a Facebook ad. We'd learn how to direct it to the website. We'd learn how to schedule from the website. And then you have proof of concept. Chet's losing no money.
Right.
And we'd learn some actual real life experience on marketing.
Yeah.
And then that's a nice way in.
It's a great place to start. We're in a lucky position.
We might as well start there.
Also, who else do we know that works for somebody that is close to them and that person they work with owns the business? Our two roommates.
Lenny and Polly.
Next thing you know, we're making a website for CTR Electric. Hey, Chris, we can bring you in some extra customers. We'll just take 5% off the top of extra.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to have a small jobs division where you send Lenny and Paul out to go do jobs that'll take a day or two? We can set that up in the website.
Right.
You can hire some more employees, get some expansion going.
Exactly. Because then what it blends into, you could imagine. So what if in 101 days from now, we just focused entirely on marketing, sales, and social media,
Yeah.
and just got very good at it to the point where we could go to like, someone's talking to you at a party, and they're like, yeah, me and my wife run a chiropractic clinic, or whatever it is, and you're like, you're kidding. Do you mind if I check over all your books and look at everything for you, and then I'll just give you a free offer on exactly what we could do for it? We own a marketing agency. What it blends into then is, if you're that good at marketing and all those things, then you're able to look at a business so detailed that you're like, oh, your biggest constraint's not the marketing and not the sales. You're pretty good at that. You have a scheduling issue.
Right.
Why are you taking an hour and a half if you're only doing a 45-minute service? You know you could do these little paperworks online, and they could be scheduled with the paperwork done, things signed, before they even get into the office, and then they just get their name. So then that blends into business consulting. And that's what Big G's do, is business consulting, start to finish. They like we look at your business, and we either, like what Hormozy does now is he does full business consulting, and then he also buys businesses. So like he'll be like, this is a fucking cash cow. We just need to plug and play these few things. We'll do that, and can we own 20%, and we'll run all the systems for you. And the owner's like, you'll run everything, you just want 20%, still get 80%, because they're just so good at business.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think the marketing and sales is the biggest factor in most businesses. And then that would lead us into the path of at least learning that first off. Learn how to run some ads, learn how to do some things, learn how to make some copy, etc., etc.
Right.
Learn how to find people that do it already, and then be like, this is our short form copy guy. Send him the website and be like, we need 5 posts to promote this sale. And he just pops them out and he's like, that'll be $600. And you're like, sweet, we charge $1,000 for the client, make 4. Or be like, we don't have to know how to make websites. We found this one dude and he just crushes with websites.
Yeah.
Some dude that works for $6 an hour in fucking Bangladesh.
Fucking Taiwan.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's a marketing agency, right? You have all these different networks at your disposal. The businesses don't have that.
Right.
They need that. And then you develop that team, but learning the skills also will be very, because
It's easier to run a business if you know how every part of it works.
right. Yeah.
So
But yeah, I think that's pretty cool, eh? We got a dash.
I'd like to, just so we're there when we said we'd be.
We gotta go and talk to Hombre.
Short little pod.
But yeah, 101 days.
101 days of business starting today.
Strength games. We'll start them soon.
We'll start when it gets properly cold.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good move. Yeah, wait till a little snow's on the ground.
Winter arc begins.
Winter arc. Drop the cardio off and start just jacking weights.
Just get massive.
I'll still do
It
the
would
cardio.
be sick though.
Maybe ease off the cardio a little.
I'll,
Do the Stairmaster once or twice a week instead of 5.
I was gonna say just drop down to 2 instead of 3 days a week. That'd be great.
I
2
mean-
days a week of cardio, 4 days a week of lifting. That'll get pretty big.
Signing out, fellers.
Hasta luego.
See you now.
Buenos dias. Puedo